All right then, everybody, welcome along, welcome back. It is Helheim Racing, of course, here at the 9 p.m. And, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for Spa, a track that I haven't commentated on in so long. And I mean that, I'm so long I haven't commentated on this track. It is actually brilliant to be back. And 16 drivers, so the least we've had in a race this season, unfortunately, but it doesn't really matter, does it? It's been an incredible turnout this season. In the chat, we've got already some people joining us. We've got Garrison, Wolfie Players, Critical Presences there as well, which is absolutely brilliant. If you look on the track, everybody out on their outlap stand, pretty much, apart from JC and Bat Me God. And this is going to be a brilliant race, isn't it, here for Helheim Racing? Hopefully, we have a nice evening of driving. I'm quickly going to have a look at the standings first. Let me have a look at this. So, rated F1 at the minute is... Actually, I don't think these are updated. Never mind. I'm going to go to the updated ones. Baku, there we go. Matt Brooks is the championship leader. That's pretty interesting, isn't it, then, coming into this race? Of course, Matt Brooks, where is he? Is he here today? Yes, he is, down at the back. Matt Brooks in the Alpine is joining us once more. And I've got to say, a big championship contender then, as we're into round 5 now. Betty, second place with 122 points, rated 3. Big Presumes 4, and RJ is in the top 5 then. 3 points ahead of Migsy in 6, which is pretty crazy stuff. Constructor standings are as follows. Alpine in the lead of the championship standings by 1 point from Sauber in second place. Then McLaren's 3, Red Bull 4, Mercedes 5, Ferrari 6, Haas 7, Aston Martin 8, Racing Bulls 9, and Williams in 10th position for this season, everybody. But what a season so far. 5 rounds in then, including today, here today, and of course Spa. And it is absolutely brilliant to be here. So long since I've commentated here at Spa. And what a track it is. Through Eau Rouge then for STE, who's up there at the moment and starting his flying lap, like many drivers around the track are doing. This is the longest track on the Formula 1 calendar. It is absolutely massive. I'm just trying to get to the Ferrari at the front. There we go, keep them there, dude. Yeah, absolutely massive track. It takes so long to get around here. About a minute 30 something, I think. Late 1 minute 30s to get over the track. But over the line then, Keep Melody 1 minute 44.0. Big Presumes 143.8 then over the line. And on provisional pole over the line for somebody else now. That'll be Crazy Hurdler with a 143.5. Here comes the Sauber of Betty to 143.1 and beats all of them times by 4/10 of a second. Not a bad effort at all. Here comes the Red Bulls towards the line. If I can, well, it might be an RB actually. RB of T-Pain into P5. Over the line then for Mike into 5 now, dropping T-Pain down to 6. And Haskar towards the line, into the pit lane though. Peter over the line, Peter P5. Matt Brooks second place. RJ 4. Not bad at all then from the drivers here today. Rated in the chat, wishing everybody good luck, which is very nice to see in here. And Betty on provisional pole then, early into qualifying at the moment. Matt Brooks in second place. The man that is leading the World Championship standings today going into this race is in second place at the moment, starting on the front row of the grid. But we are really early stages of qualifying. So let's see how it all unfolds. Yeah, if you weren't here for our league, which was just before this, it was absolutely incredible. We had a new world champion, which was Jensen in the Haas, and today, hopefully, we can go into this one with some nice racing as well. But you know what? These guys always deliver, and Big Presumes going to head towards the line. JC into second place. Big Presumes takes 7 as he crosses the line. Can't find any improvements there. SDE is going to be heading towards the line pretty soon. If he can possibly put a decent time on the board, but he is down in P12. Garrison might need to send me these servers, mate. I'll definitely, if you remind me, because I will forget, if you just send me a message at some point, I'll definitely send them over. See if you can get into them. But Blazed in third, or to be fair, Crit is in the chat, so maybe he could sort you out if you wanted to join this one, because he's the kind of man to ask about that. But we've got 4 drivers that still need to set times on the board, everybody. 4 drivers, that is SDE, never mind, 3 now. Gambit in 14, Elmas 15, Batmigod in 16. Over the line, though, for Batmigod, who begins his flying lap now. And let's go on board with him. It's going to be a very long lap, but... Wow, Crit in the chat, bringing the life to the stream with his cracking jokes. Love it, mate. Love it. But Batmigod in 16 is on a flying lap through the first sector. 31 in the first sector as he heads into the middle. Big Presumes in the lead and taking provisional pole so far marginally from his teammate. That is great. Big Presumes challenging the boys up at the front. And it's a 1 minute 43.141 as we hit 10 minutes to go of qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant. And Big Presumes in the lead. Betty second place. JC in third. Matt Brooks down to 4. Crazy Hurdler 5. RJ 6. 7's Venom. 8 is Kick Murdy. 9 is Peter. 10 Mike. 11 Blazed. 12 T-Pain. 13 is SDE. 14 Gambit. 15 Elmes. And 16 Batmigod. But we're still waiting for Batmigod. He was on a lap a good while ago. He's going to head towards the line now. He gets P9. Everybody on the time. But Big Presumes, I've got to say, superb lap for that man as he crossed the line and took provisional pole away from his teammate Betty at this moment in time. But finish results from last race, of course, as we know, was Big Presumes taking the win. And he comes here today, bounces right back, and straight back up to the top in qualifying. It could be a good season for this man. It really, really could. It's early doors, but it's looking promising for Big Presumes. Really showing up this season so far, I've got to say. But looking at the calendar, everybody, we're here for Belgium. Next round is Brazil, then Las Vegas, then round 8 is Portugal, 9 is Australia, 10 Singapore, 11 Abu Dhabi, 12 Austria, 13 Hungary, and 14 is Monaco to round off the season, which is quite nice to round off in Monaco. I actually never thought of doing that. So, yeah, last round of the season is in Monaco. And the thing that's pretty crazy is we end the season at the very end of April. So, you know what? Exactly a month from now, the season ends. So 4 weeks left because we're on the 30th of March and it's 30th of April that we finish this season. But it's my absolute pleasure to be here for every single round this season, of course. Very nice to be here to do that. But round 5, we've still got 9 more to go this season, so we are not over yet. Like I mentioned, a whole month of Helheim still to go. Wolfie subscribed with Prime, which I am absolutely mega grateful for. Thank you so much, mate. It says they've subscribed for 2 months, currently on a 2-month streak. That's brilliant. Thank you very, very much, Wolfie. I do appreciate it. It made me smile. I appreciate that. Thank you. And that is Wow, Twitch sub. Love it. But Gambit on provisional pole. And sorry, I'm very happy about that. Got me smiling over here. But yeah, 6 minutes to go of qualifying, everybody, here in Helheim Racing. And I've just seen a man flying above the pit straight for some reason. I don't know what was going on there. Which is a bit weird, but anyway, Gambit in the lead, everybody. Behind that is Big Presumes. Wolfie finding no more controller issues. Yes, I got, for now, I've had to get batteries. I've had to get controller batteries because clearly I tried a different cable and the issue is still there. So it's got to be something to do with the controller. So, you know, it's looking like we're going to have to invest in a new controller soon, boys. Well, you know, it's all good. I think I'm due one, to be fair. So we'll get a new controller at some point and fix the issue. But yeah, no controller issues. I've had one stream before this where we managed to get through the whole entire stream without any issues with the, oh my god, Mike. Yeah, without any what's it called, issues with the controller. But we are into Helheim now, should be the same. But here we go then, everybody. 5 minutes to go here in Spa, and of course, like you know, the laps around here are massive. I think the race is only 20-something laps, which is pretty crazy. I've got to say, really not very long, or at least it doesn't sound very long. But as you know, the laps are absolutely massive. And here we go then, Crazy Hurdler, half a second improvement, second place. That is such a good effort from that man, the Haas car, on the front row of the grid, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on here? Brilliant stuff, absolutely brilliant. There we go, right. Yeah, brilliant stuff from Crazy Hurdler, who is in second place, everybody, here today. But like I mentioned, finished results, it was Big Presumes last race that won in Baku. He's in P3 today. But I've got to say, brilliant stuff from Big Presumes, getting himself back up there again, bouncing back straight away. RJ took second place last race. He's down in 6th at the moment in qualifying. Matt Brooks took 3rd, and that man is in 10. Really not going his way in qualifying today, but he is out there on a flying lap, and surely he can put a decent time on the board. We know what this man is capable of. He's absolutely rapid. And here he is then in qualifying in his Alpine. His trusty little Alpine. It's doing him brilliantly this season. It really, really is. What is going to happen here then? What will we be seeing through the end of the second sector here today in Spa for Matt Brooks 97, who is aiming to put a good time on the board? He's fastest in middle sector. Matt Brooks with nearly half a second improvement. Can he take provisional pole? Look how close qualifying is here today. It is so close on time. Really, really is. This is the kind of racing you like to see. It is perfect. And Matt Brooks is most likely going to get on pole. Can he beat Gambit? He has found half a second, which is already enough to get near there. He crosses the line. Matt Brooks, 5th position. 3/10. He must have lost time. And it isn't pole for Matt Brooks. 5th position today in qualifying. Unfortunately, not enough for him to make any huge improvements. But, wow. Crazy stuff. Crazy Hurdler in 3rd position. This man finished down in... He didn't actually finish last race. It would have been 12th position, but he retired from the session. Can he do any better today is the question. Started 3rd on the grid, Crazy. Hang on. I read that wrong. That was Critical Presence. Never mind. Cheeky mention from Crit there. He did start 3rd on the grid last race. But Crazy Hurdler, he was grid spot 11 last race, and then he retired, unfortunately. But he's here today, 2nd place. Clearly one of his strong points here at Spa. Behind that is Venom in 3rd. In his Williams 2. That isn't a bad effort at all, is it? As he's up into 3rd position today. But yeah, in the chat, Wolfie again. Wow, two-time subscriber of the Jack Crossley Comms channel. I'm forever grateful. Thank you so much. As Venom retired from the session, And he is gone then. It's P3 at the moment, but I'm not sure that is going to stand. I'm really not sure that is going to stand for him. As Gambit is in the lead of the race, everybody. Behind that, of the race, what am I talking about? Of qualifying. Crazy Hurdler's behind that. There's 1 minute and 40 seconds to go. Could go the way of Gambit today, who is not up there in the standings. I think P6 in the Drivers' Championship at the moment. He is much better than that. And today, here in qualifying, could be taking pole going into the Grand Prix. Can he take pole position today? Kick Melody retires from the session. And he's down in 10th, retiring down there. But Gambit in the lead. And most of the drivers on their outlaps. This is it. This is the time for them to absolutely push it on this final lap of Spa. For them to put a good time in qualifying. Such a long track. Many places to make mistakes. Lots of time to make a mistake as well here at Spa. And Gambit in the lead. He's going to cross that line now. He's going to start his flying lap. And this is it. The final clock to count down to 0 before we reach the end of qualifying. Gambit with 90% ERS saved up in his car. 6th in the World Championship standings. He really can do better than that. Multiple World Champion, I think, here at Helheim Racing. Or at least he has won the World Championship at least once. And doing an incredible job. The slipstream from behind then. The Sauber picking up a brilliant slipstream on the Ferrari. Down into the right-hander. Gambit's down by 0.3 of a second then, everybody. He is down by 0.3 and Gambit is done. His qualifying session is over. He will not get another time on the board. At the moment, provisional pole for him. But can anybody beat that? Big Bazooms is up by 0.08 of a second, ladies and gentlemen, in P4. Betty retires then, down in 6th. So for some of the top dogs, it really isn't going well for them today. Some of the underdogs really starting to shine through. This is great. Big Bazooms in 4. It's going to round off the middle sector. Is he up in the middle sector is the question as he crosses over into the final third in a few moments' time. Big Bazooms. It is 0.08 of a second up once again into the barrier. Big Bazooms. His qualifying is over as he hits the barrier. His wing is absolutely demolished. He moves out of the way for the Red Bull that flies through. But Big Bazooms was on for an absolute stonker and he can't improve as he hits the barrier. JC then slides into the right-hander, then sliding back to the left as he made any improvements through the middle sector. We'll see what he can do as he crosses that middle sector line. Really goes deep through that corner, misses out on the apex. 6/10 up though, everybody. 6/10 up isn't half bad at all in the middle sector. This could be front row time. This could very much be front row time if he actually gets the 6/10 up. JC is flying here in qualifying. He's got to keep it up into the final 2 corners. Here comes JC round the final 2 corners to tell a story for us over the line in qualifying. A bit of wheel spin, but JC to provisional pole by 0.6 of a second. He gets up. That is sensational from JC. 1:42.646 and provisional pole for JC. Nobody else has set a time, and at the very end of qualifying, JC on pole position from Gambit's 2nd place. And 3rd place, I can't remember. I think it was Big Bazooms? I can't remember actually. I forgot now. There you go, Crazy Hurdler 3rd place. What a lap. JC absolutely cooking then today in the Williams. Taking pole from Gambit 2nd place. Then Crazy Hurdler in 3rd. Venom takes 4 from RJ in 5. Big Bazoom 6. Matt Brooks 7. Betty 8. Mike 9. And Kick Melody takes the P10 spot. Ladies and gentlemen, wow. What a qualifying session that was. I'd normally go on the Grand Prix starting soon, but I'm just going to stick with you guys, I think, because unless we've got a few minutes before going, I'll just go quickly fetch a bit more drink. You know what? I'll be back in a moment, everybody. Back pretty soon. Race will be starting in a second. I'm quickly going to go fill my drink up. See you in a moment. Right there, everybody. Here we are on the grid pretty soon. Of course, remember Helheim have no formation lap. It is just straight into the action, no messing about. So that is great stuff. Right there, everybody. Grand Prix should be starting pretty soon. Get yourselves ready for it. It's going to be flipping brilliant. I'll tell you that for free. I cannot wait. But of course, 50% race coming up next. The laps are humongous, but there isn't as many to do, which is why we only have about 20. Is it 22 laps? I think 22. I'm guessing possibly. Yeah, and I think it is 22 because I remember halfway being 11, but we'll have to see. 22 laps around here, then everybody. I think. For Helheim Racing for round 5 of the season. 9 more rounds to go after this one, and a whole month. Or how does that work actually? Have I? I don't think I've got. Oh no, I have got that right, haven't I? A month because there's 2 races per. Yeah, never mind. After the race, we can get a link for Garrison. So feel free to ping. Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries about that. Yes, mate, I am absolutely ready. You can let them know. Let's get going with it, shall we? Round 5. I cannot wait to go. JC on pole, everybody. Let me just say that. It's crazy stuff. Absolutely crazy. It's scenes. And yeah, that is some lap for him to be on pole today. Yes, mate. Let's get going with it. Trip, but I cannot wait. I really can't. Nearly there, everybody. We're going in a moment. Wolfie, hurry up, people. Yes, hurry up. Let's get going with it. I can't wait. It's going to be really, really good. Everybody, for Spa. So long since I commentated here. Really, really is. But you know what? I don't actually remember what it's like. I don't remember what the races are like. I always remember them. I think it was. I don't know if I can't remember if they feel like they go fast or they feel like they go slow. You never know. We'll have to see what today's going to be like though, depending on if we get any safety cars and commotion and whatnot. But never normally have too much here at Helheim, do we? So should be okay. Just checking my controller batteries, making sure I ain't going to die through the race. Wolfie's learning French while waiting. There we go then, everybody. 2, 3, 4, 5 lights here for Helheim round 5. And go the lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. JC off the line after pole position today. Brilliant start, 3 abreast down into turn 1. Crazy hurdler already trying to give him a bit of a scrap there. JC down the inside, he holds the lead for now. There's a Mercedes in the backside that hasn't had a good start at the moment, but the Williams with a brilliant one of JC after starting on pole through Eau Rouge up through Radion is ahead in this Grand Prix. Crazy hurdler is in second place now. Can he take the lead of the Grand Prix? Through goes the Haas car of Crazy Hurdler down into the lead of the Grand Prix. Crazy Hurdler into P1. JC second place behind his Gambit in third. Venom 4. Then Betty in 5. RJ in 6. Big Presumes in 7. Followed by Kick Melody in 8, who's trying to get through at this moment in time, everybody. But the Mercedes of Mike at the back with a really awful start today, but he can carry on. And hopefully resilience will get him through it. Lap 1 of 22. 11 laps is halfway today. We've done 1. 10 more to go. Crazy Hurdler with a superb start, and also JC2. He has lost the position, but you know what? Not a bad start from both of these drivers. Crazy Hurdler is in the lead of the Grand Prix. He gets ahead of the pole sitter, JC, on the race start. Gambit hasn't made any progress, which is a shame to see, and a bit abnormal to be fair, but Venom is behind him, and behind that is Betty, who seems to be wanting to make a move as soon as possible on lap 1. At the end of lap 1 now, on to the second lap of 22 in this Grand Prix, everybody. Really not many laps here for a 50% race because of how long the actual laps take. But here we go then, down the inside, tries it there of the Alpine. He can't do it today, and on to the main straight we go. Can Crazy Hurdler hold it? Yes, he can. He's managed to establish a second gap, and into the first corner, a second ahead of the men behind. Now he's going to try and push his car into the distance. He's out of the DRS, so when that gets enabled, he'll be safe for now. Up through Eau Rouge, and he is ahead by 1.1. JC behind Gambit, trying to gain on JC through the first few corners, up through Eau Rouge, Radion, and now Gambit looking for the inside move on JC. Through goes Gambit into second place. JC third. Betty up into 4. Venom 5. Big Bazooms up into 6 as well. RJ down to 7, everybody. But this is brilliant from Crazy Hurdler. Tyres, as requested, on the screen right now. Crazy Hurdler starting the race on the softs today here in Spa. Then Gambit in second on the mediums, as hards from JC. So the top 3, no wonder they've been fluctuating all on different tyre compounds. They're all starting to come to life at different points in the race. Lap 2 of 22, everybody. 20 laps to go in this Grand Prix straight off the bat. And wow. Wow, I've got to say, what a start to this Grand Prix. Crazy Hurdler in the lead at this moment in time and doing a superb job at doing so. He is on the soft compound tyres, so that is going to definitely sway in his favour at the moment, but as we all know, they will drop off at some point faster than the rest of them. So let's just see how that works out for him. Has he got the capabilities of keeping them stable and fresh for as long as possible? That is the question. But here we go, everybody. Lap 2 of 22. JC on the hards. And as Crit in the chat says, grip arriving soon. Absolutely. Let's see what is going to happen as the hards try and get himself into the working window. Gambit in second place is really on the backside of Crazy Hurdler. Now the softs already seem to be dropping off just a tiny bit. And Gambit picking up on the pieces. He is right behind. Lap 3 of 22. And Gambit looking to be the new race leader up through Rouge and Radion. And can he make the move down the inside then? Gambit into the lead. Crazy Hurdler has to settle for second place, and Gambit in the Ferrari, who is down in 6th in the championship standings here today, is driving in the lead of this Grand Prix. Positions changing all the time behind Big Bazooms and Matt Brooks side by side. Big Bazooms around the outside. He is through to 6. Matt Brooks down to 7 then after that battle, everybody, here in Spa. But what a start to this race. I've got to say, really, really good stuff so far. Really enjoying it. Up at the front, this is some brilliant, brilliant stuff. At the back is Blaze. 16 drivers joining us today in the race. And lap 3 of 22, Gambit finds his footing. Here's the race leader. Wow. So Softs must have been pushed a bit too hard then for Crazy Hurdler in second place, who's already dropping off the pace. At the minute, where's Betty? Third place. He's absolutely on a stormer today. Critical Presence says that in the chat. And Betty is just driving his heart out. He's 1.8 seconds to the man in front, sorry. He's going to do absolutely everything he can to get there. Behind, he's got JC to try and keep at bay, who was on pole today, but starting on the hards. Is he going to get some grip arriving soon, is the question. Lap 4 of 22 then, everybody. Peter and Elmes down in 12 and 13, having a bit of a scrap side by side. The Haas car comes off on a worse angle there, and it's Peter in 12 through past the Haas car up towards Eau Rouge. He's got the move done and dusted, and into the lead. Crazy Hurdler gets through again. Gambit has to settle now for second place. Who was expecting that? This is brilliant. The soft compound tyres back into the working window through past Crazy Hurdler then today, everybody. That is what we like to see. It really, really is. Good stuff from Crazy Hurdler, who gets back onto the top spot here today on lap 4 of 22. But how long can he do that for is the question. Wow, very good start indeed for the Helheim drivers. Really, really well done. And, wow, what a race. Peter and Elmes down at the back, 15 and 16. They were just swapping positions as they swap over. But lap 4 of 22, soon to come to a close. And Crazy Hurdler in the lead of this Grand Prix. But Gambit's behind. And the prime overtaking opportunity that we've seen is just past Eau Rouge and onto that straight there, the Camel Straight. So, let's see, shall we, if we're going to see another move down there again. It's looking like we might just go ahead and do that. Here we go then, down the straight. The Ferrari against the Haas car here today. Ferrari being Gambit, the Haas being Crazy Hurdler. Crazy Hurdler not scared to get his elbows out, very nearly spinning around there as he locks the cars, locks the rears, going into the right hand of the first corner. Up towards Eau Rouge. Don't go side by side through here. Gambit stays behind. Through Rouge onto Radion, then the Camel Straight now, and Gambit is going to try and gain on Crazy Hurdler, and once again it will be round the outside this time, through past the Haas car. Gambit into the lead of the Grand Prix. Brilliant stuff, and he's back into the front on lap 5 of 22. Gambit in the lead. Crazy Hurdler in second place. JC's in third. Betty 4. Venom 5. Big Bazooms in 6. But what a move down the straight, everybody. Gambit once again back into the race lead as there's a position change there. I think T-Pain drops down to 14 and Blaze up into 13. Blaze, the only man holding a penalty today of 3 seconds at this moment in time. This could be very nice indeed. Very good race so far, really, really is, everybody. And 16 drivers, still got all 16 with us at the moment. We haven't lost anybody as of yet. But into the final corner, everybody. Garrison returns in the chat, and we go racing again. Matt Brooks in 6. Big Presumes behind. This is a battle that we're missing, isn't it? Oh my lord, what is going on? Venom in 5, Betty in 4, trying to keep them all at bay. This is some brilliant stuff. Big Presumes then on the action as well in 7. Kit Melody 8, who gets overtaken by RJ down the inside into 8th position now. Which one of them will get ahead? RJ's through to 8, and he's ahead into Eau Rouge now. They all head up in orderly fashion. Brilliant stuff through Eau Rouge then for all the drivers. Down the Camel straight now. Who's going to be able to make an overtake? Matt Brooks on the backside of Venom. Can he make the overtake down the inside? Yes, he can. Matt Brooks into P5. What a move then. Can he do it on Betty too? He can't. He can't this time around, but he was right on the backside. That is some brilliant racing. ST with a 3-second penalty, everybody. But what a start to this Grand Prix. I've got to say, what a start to this race. And Matt Brooks in 5 made an overtake down the Camel straight. Now he's going to try and get Betty, who is just in front of him. I'm sure he wants to take that overtake pretty soon. And let's just see when he can do it, shall we? Lap 6 of 22. Here comes Matt Brooks in the Alpine. Oh, eyeing it up for down the inside there, but doesn't decide to do it this time around. He does stick on the backside of him, doing absolutely everything he can to make a move on the Sauber here today. He's doing absolutely everything in his power, just getting closer and closer to the Sauber on lap 6 of 22 as he heads down towards the end of this lap now. He's into the final third of the track here in Belgium, and Matt Brooks gaining on Betty. Can he make the overtake into the final corner? He's only just behind him now. Can he make that overtake down the inside? Matt Brooks then, he's going to go through into the final corner, and he's absolutely done that one into 4th position. Matt Brooks, who is leading the World Championship standings, is into 4th position in the Grand Prix. Brilliant stuff. Here we are then, down the straight again and into the first corner. Now lap 7 is the lap we are on, and it is JC in P3. Crazy Hurdler 2, Gambit at 1.8 seconds ahead of the drivers. Oh my, he's absolutely pulling away at this moment in time. Crazy Hurdler's softs very much falling off now. JC on the hard compound tyres in 3rd. Matt Brooks is in 4. He's on the mediums. They're really coming alive today at the moment, really getting through the order. It's working brilliantly for him at this moment in time. There's a massive line of drivers behind at the moment of SDE, Kick Melody, Big Presumes, RJ, Venom, Betty, everybody very close at the moment, all in the vicinity of each other, incapable of an overtake once we maybe head down to the final corner like we've just saw between Matt Brooks and Betty. Can we see a move like that again with this same pack? That would be very nice to see. I'm pretty sure we could do. Venom, ooh, getting a bit. You see the front end there twitching just a little bit. But RJ really staying on the case. He's right behind him. Here comes the Alpine on the Williams of Venom. We've seen this move earlier on with Matt Brooks and Betty, and we're going to see it replicated now, I think. He's getting right on the backside of him. RJ for 6th position, if he can do it. He's right on the backside of the Williams, who's fending him off perfectly. Down the inside, here comes RJ. Can he make the move on the Williams? He can for a split second. Can he hold it around the outside? He switches back underneath. He can't make the move this time around, but he's going to try it again round the outside line into turn 1. He has to concede, but he was not going down without a fight, and that was some brilliant racing there. The Williams goes a little bit wide there through turn 1, but nothing too much to make him lose a position. Up into Eau Rouge they go then. Gambit 3.1 seconds ahead of the pack. JC in 2nd place, then Matt Brooks in 3rd, Betty 4, Venom 5, RJ in 6, Kick Melody 7, ST 8, Back Me God 9, Mike 10, Crazy Hurdler 11, Blaze 12, Big Presumes 13, Elmez in 14, then T-Pain in 15 as he gets overtaken by Elmez, and Peter in 16th position, everybody, in this Grand Prix. But what a race so far, approaching halfway. Battle continues then. Venom looking for the move on Betty as we head through the left-hander here today in Spa. The Williams of Venom not giving up this easily, looking for that move on Betty when he can. Right there on the backside, and And he's looking forward to make that overtake. You can see he's going to absolutely do it, but he has got RJ behind him as well, who is looking like he might be able to make that overtake too. So it isn't smooth sailing for Venom just yet, because RJ now is going to try and make the move on Venom once again for a second time round. Venom was superb defending, but RJ with all the speed coming into the final corner, he isn't going to send it yet, but he does look for the move down the inside. A Ferrari of Kick Mehdi as well is on the scene in 7th position. I'm sure he wants to be a bit higher as his teammate is in the lead of the race. He probably wants to try and get up there a bit more, provide a bit more points for the team. But Venom in 5 trying to make the move on Betty now, and he can't do so at the moment. This is RJ from behind as well. Everybody very, very close, but nobody been able to make an overtake at this moment in time. Lap 9 of 22, everybody, and we head towards Eau Rouge. SU with a 3-second penalty map. Brooks in 3rd, Betty 4. Here comes Venom. Can Venom make the overtake down the inside? Here he can. And many times of asking, he finally does it. Venom into 4. Betty in 5. Kit Melody now into 6th position. RJ down to 7, losing positions, everybody. And this is some brilliant stuff from everybody at the moment. Lap 9 of 22. And Gambit is in the lead of the Grand Prix by 3.1 seconds at the moment. JC 2nd place. Then Matt Brooks in 3rd. Venom 4. Betty 5. Kit Melody in 6. RJ still in 7 as he loses his position, which isn't really going his way at the moment. But what a race so far. What a race so far, I've got to say. Lap 10 of 22 there, everybody. We're going to head towards the line. That was a nice camera angle, wasn't it, then? From RJ as he heads up towards Kick Melody, looking like he might be able to make an overtake pretty soon. Not right now, but as we head into the first corner on lap 10 of 22, we're 1 lap away from half race distance. This race, it does feel very quick, I've got to say. Oh, wow. Only 1 lap away from half race distance. Very, very fast indeed. But RJ really, really trying to get closer here to keep Melody up towards the Kemmel Straight. And he has got the speed. And he's going to fly down the inside. RJ into 5th position. He has absolutely done that one. Left Keep Melody in the dust. And he's through to P5 in this Grand Prix, everybody. The midfield battles are perfect at the moment. We just got word that for our league, which will normally commentate before this league, they finished their season, of course, now. So we've got a 1 week break. So next week it will literally just be Helheim racing for the commentary on the Sunday. No, our league next week we will be back the week following that. I'm not sure what date that'll be, but we'll have to see. But we'll be back in 2 weeks' time for our league. Gambit 3.7 seconds ahead of the pack at the moment on lap 11 of 22, and we have reached half race distance here today in Helheim racing in Spa. It's been perfect so far. It really, really has. Not really any pit stops coming in, but Bat Me God decides to change that. He heads into the pit lane, and he will be getting on the hard compound tyres from the mediums then, changing them out. Yeah, onto the hards then for Back Me God. There we go, out of the pit lane now. He will be coming out in P12, I'm guessing, if the Mercedes can't catch him, which I don't think he will. No, he won't. He is out into P12 in the chat. Garrison, definitely got to try and get back into some F1 stuff again. Been a very long time. Yeah, it has. I was actually, I was sat watching some of the ZRL races the other day, mate. I was just thinking, what a good time that was. It really was. I actually really do miss it. You know, I think it was a great league. It really was. It's something you can't really replicate. I was thinking like, I ain't really got a lot of time on my hands at the minute. I do Volta Racing League and stuff at the moment, but I think, and Volta is a good league in itself. I do enjoy it, but you know, I think some of us wish for ZRL back, and the only way for that to happen is actually to have ZRL back, isn't it? So, you know, maybe in the future when I've got a lot of time on my hands, ZRL can be a thing again. But right now, I'm not going to be stupid and start something and then not finish it. I'll think about that for in the future though, because ZRL was a great place. Some of the original people in there were great. But here we go then, everybody. RJ looking for the move on Kick and Melody into the final two corners here in Spa. Lap 12 of 22. 10 laps to go before the end of this race. And Gambit in P3 is in the pit lane now. He made the pit stop and he has gone on to the hard compound tyres. So towards the end of the Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen, which is good for him because once they get into their working window, I think it's going to be absolutely flying once he gets up the order. But at the moment, JC does inherit the lead. He's on the hards, so of course he can go a bit longer. He's been out here on the hards all race long, not made a pit stop yet, but these hards will enable him to go longer than the guys on the mediums at the moment. So he can stay out in his Williams, try and gain as much of an advantage as he can, as Matt Brooks is behind him on the medium, so he should be pitting soon for the hards as well, depending on what he wants to do. JC in the lead, Matt Brooks behind by 9/10 of a second, everybody. Gambit into P4 as pit stops come in for Venom and RJ, who both gone to new tyres. RJ now on the, he is on the hards. Yeah, he is on the hards, sorry. Coming out of the pit lane. But nothing too much going on at the moment. Most people quite close still, heading through the corners. Pit stops at the moment are at, we've got 4 people that need to pit in today's race. Here today on lap 13 of 22. 4 people that need to pit. And them 4 people are, oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. Hang on. Them 4 people are on the mediums. Also, the mediums for Matt Brooks and Kit Melody, and JC is on the hards. So, let's see what everybody decides to do. Is JC going to finish on the softs? That is a pretty damn good call. We'll have to see if that is going to be the case, if that is going to work for him as well. But he is actually pulling away from Matt Brooks, which is nice to see. JC is doing a superb job. It shows that he's doing it right then as he crosses the line to start lap 14 of 22 here at Helheim Racing in Spa. It's going very well so far. And Betty, Big Presumed and SDE are all very, very close indeed, heading around the final 2 corners. Betty with an awful corner there, missing the apex. But we're going to head towards turn 1. Big Presumes is going to be looking for that move on the McLaren. He's going to send it down the inside. No waiting about. He is through to P6 past the McLaren. Betty's also going to try and get through as well past the McLaren. Both of the Saubers going through past the McLaren. Can Betty do it? I think he can. Yes, he can. Into P7 as JC with a penalty up at the front. That is really not going to help him. But here we go then. Through and down towards the right-hander, everybody. The two Saubers side by side. Betty gets through past his teammate. The McLaren tries his chances as well around the outside, but it doesn't work out for him today. Unfortunately. Keep Melody with a 3-second time penalty. Everybody, that makes 5 people with time penalties here today in this race. But we are lap 14 of 22. We are over half race distance now. Very much not too long left in this race. Only 8 laps to go before we reach the end now. 8 more times around the track and we are completely finished for this Grand Prix, everybody. JC, though, in the lead. He crosses that line. He starts lap 15 of 22 in this Grand Prix. Matt Brooks in second place. He's 2.3 to the man in front of JC. Gambit's now into third position after pit stops coming in still. And I've got to say, Gambit with a superb job after gaining all them positions now. He's through all the rubbish and he's got to try and gain up towards Matt Brooks and JC now. Matt Brooks and JC, bearing in mind, still have to pit. They haven't pitted yet. SGE has not, sorry, either. I was just trying to say, sorry, he hasn't pitted as well, but he is in the pit lane now, I think. And getting that sorted out. But lap 15 of 22, JC and Matt Brooks, they need to pit pretty soon. JC's got 10 seconds to Gambit, everybody, which isn't enough, I don't think, for a pit stop. We're going to have to see, though, which way that is going to go. JC is probably going to come out behind Gambit now. He's going to have to pit pretty soon, unless he's going to carry on and then pit very late, go on the softs, and try and outdo everybody that way. But, you know, it's a possibility. You can't rule it out. We'll have to see if he can do that or not here today. But 16 people joined us in this race, and we're still here with the complete 16, which is absolutely brilliant. It really is. Into the pit lane then for JC. Matt Brooks follows, and JC will be going on to, let's see what he'll be going on to. Is it the softs? Is it the mediums? We're not too sure. It's going to be the mediums for... Oh, no, that's the wrong garage, actually. Never mind. It's going to be the softs. Oh, it's the softs. I can see the red. Soft compound tyres then for JC. Coming out of the pit lane. And who's that with him? Everyone, Matt Brooks, does he go on the softs as well? Or is that the mediums? No, the softs for Matt Brooks as well. So both come out of the pit lane on the soft compound tyres. They are ready to push it. 4th position for JC as he exits the pit lane. But remember, these next few laps are going to be feisty from him. He's got brand new softs. He is going to be able to destroy the rest of the grid at the moment. Look at the gap he's gaining on Betty. He's got such good pace in these tyres. Right on the backside of Betty, and he's going to get through as fast as possible. He's going to want to get through as fast as he can to not try and wreck his tyres before as soon as he's got them. But Betty really doing well there to defend. Peter with a 3-second penalty, but lap 16 of 22, everybody. Gambit is your race leader once again. Crazy Hurdler is in 2nd place. Betty 3rd. JC is in 4 and very close to making an overtake on Betty round the outside. I haven't really seen one round there before. Oh, very nearly making a move, nearly go off the track there as well. That was very awful from JC. Has to clean that up a little bit there, and Loses a bit of time to Betty up at the front. That isn't what he wants to be doing at all in this Grand Prix. I'll tell you that for free. He goes very deep round into the right-hand side as well. Maybe the nerves are getting to him as he knows he's got so much potential with these tyres, but just can't do nothing about it at the moment. He's trying to gain on Betty up towards the final few corners, but he's just got no hope at the moment, nowhere near him. And it's just been a bit scrappy on this lap around, unfortunately, for JC, as he tries to gain on Betty, but he keeps hitting every apex then through the final corner. Let's see, everybody, for JC. Is this the lap where he makes an overtake in Spa up into P3 onto the podium places? He has got a penalty though, which is going to really not go in his favour at all with a penalty on his hands. It's not going to help at all, but JC is going to try and gain on Betty. Oh, he's going to absolutely do it. Look at the closing speed on this one then. Up through Rouge, Radion, and now on to the Camel Straight. JC through to P3. Love to see it. And he's through to third place onto the podium positions now. The real stuff is starting for JC now. He's going to try and put his foot down, get the job done. He's got 5 laps to get up there with 7 seconds between him and Gambit. Can he gain on the softs in 5 laps, 7 seconds? Can he be the race leader? Can he get ahead? Thing is, even if he does get the race lead, he has got a penalty, which is going to screw him over. So it isn't really going to go his way today, unfortunately, because he's got a 3-second penalty, which is going to screw him over, unfortunately. Matt Brooks closing on Betty now. Matt, the championship leader, can he make an overtake on Betty, this Sauber? Here we go then, on the final long straight of Spa before we reach the line. It's going to be Matt Brooks looking for an overtake on Betty, homing in on him right on the backside. Is he going to make that overtake? He looks for the outside line, but it isn't open for him, so he goes around the outside, he commits to it, and he is through to P4 then in the final corners. Lap 18 of 22 begins in this Grand Prix, everybody, and it's Gambit in the lead from Crazy Hurdler, from JC, from Matt Brooks, from Betty, Big Bazooz, Kick Lady, Venom, RJ, and Mike in the top 10. That is your top 10 for you then, to everybody here today on lap 18 of 22. Kicks Sauber finishing both vehicles top 5 is a massive result for them here. Can they hold it? That is the question, mate. Yeah, 5 and 6 then at the moment for Betty and Big Bazooms. But of course, oh, Crazy Hurdler with more penalties. Wow. Wow. That is going to really play in the favour of some of these drivers behind here today. But everybody fairly close still. Already we are 18 laps into 22-lap race, and everybody's still very close, which just shows the quality of the driving standards here at Helheim Racing. Nothing like it, there really isn't. But good stuff so far from everybody today, as lap 19 is about to begin. Only a few laps now before the end of today's race. It has gone incredibly quick, it really has. And yeah, 3 laps to go before we reach the end of today's Grand Prix. It'll be Crazy Hurdler to cross the line now. 3.1 seconds down from Gambit. Then JC's in third with 1.6 second deficit. But let's have a look then, shall we? At his yellow flags come out through the first corner. Let's have a look at penalties, shall we, everybody? Batmy God gets another 3 second. 3 seconds are Crazy Hurdler, JC, Matt Brooks, Venom, Kick Melody, Batmy God, T-Pain, and Peter. Then your 6 second penalties are STE, Blazed, and Elmez that are all got 6 second penalties today, everybody. But I've got to say, what a race so far on lap 19. Wow. Well, everybody, a lot of penalties coming in here at Helheim Racing. It is really going to change the finishing order once we finally get there. SDE in 12 here today, trying to make his move through past Batman. God, he can't do anything about it at the moment. He's still trying to challenge him, but oh, nearly loses the car there. Too much curb. Wow. Wow, everybody. But here we go then. Up towards the line pretty soon. Gambit. What has happened here? There was a 3-second gap. It's now 0.6 of a second. It has come down in the chat. Gambit, Garrison, gonna go for your dinner. You see me for the servers. Cheers, boys. Have a good one. Will do, mate. I'll send you them servers later on. Have a nice dinner. See you later, mate. But here we go. Towards the line. Lap 19 of 22 becomes lap 20 of 22. Next lap is the penultimate. We are really in the latter stages now. Wow, this is good stuff so far. Really is, everybody. Lap 20 of 22. Gambit in the lead. 6/10 gap from him and Crazy Hurdler. Can Crazy gain enough time to possibly get an overtake down the straight on Gambit? Isn't looking probable at the moment. He can't really get close enough yet, but he is getting closer at the moment, which is brilliant stuff. RJ on the backside of Kit Melody and Venom. RJ not really had the race that he wanted today. It is points, but coming off the back of a second place last round in Baku, it isn't going to be something that he's going to be too happy about today. At least the points, though. At least it's the top 10. You can't get any worse than that. So he is. He will be very happy to know that he will be at least finishing in the top 10. I'm sure, but apart from that, hopefully he can do a bit better going into maybe next round. Today just hasn't gone his way in Spa, but I'm sure some tracks are just tailored to different people, really are. And you see some people that you wouldn't expect really come alive at certain tracks. And JC is coming alive today as he makes the overtake on Crazy Hurdler. Can he go around the outside? Yes, he can. He's into second place, and the Williams is now on the second podium spot. Can he strive even higher than that? Gambit is one man without a penalty today, so it is looking like he's more than likely going to be able to take the win today, because everyone around has got podiums. Everyone around him's got penalties, but it's the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. The penultimate one of today. The race has gone extremely quick, I've got to say. Absolutely rapidly gone fast and blazed with a 3-second time penalty. JC trying to get in on Gambit as much as possible, but just can't do nothing about it at the moment. There's this lap and next lap before we reach the end of the Grand Prix, and the Saubers still doing very well for themselves. The guys in front all with 3-second penalties, so Betty and Big Bazooms, you know, if they can try and get a bit of a closer gap, they're going to fly through the order. They really are. STU with a 3-second time penalty, everybody, in this race on the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix, which is about to conclude pretty soon as the drivers head into the end of the second sector, into the final third of the track. And now JC is a fraction of an hour away from Gambit, right behind him. Even if he does get through, he won't have enough time to gain the 3 seconds that he needs to win. But it'd just be good to say that he got through, wouldn't it? Can he do it? Can he do it? He is right behind then, on the backside of Gambit, looking for a move. But the final lap of the Grand Prix then, everybody, has come about, and Gambit could be your race winner today, or JC. Nobody really quite knows which way it's going to swing at the moment. The top three, the 2, 3, and 4, sorry, have all got 3 seconds of penalties on this lap. It's the final lap of the race, And JC gaining on Gambit. JC is going to go for the lead of the Grand Prix. Can he get the lead, though? He's going to try his absolute best. Can't do it today. And he is having to stay behind. That'll be it for his race now. JC will not be out. He won't have a fighting chance at all at winning this race. Peter with a 3-second penalty. Unless Gambit picks up a 3-second penalty at the same time on this lap, and then JC overtakes, which is still too much. I don't think it'll happen all on the same lap. But JC still trying to give it everything. Oh my God, he's closing in on him here. Can he get past Gambit? Through past the left-hander on the final lap of the race. It's looking like it's going to swing Gambit's way either way. But JC once again trying around the outside. We've seen this one try before. He's going to hang it on the outside. Look at the bravery from that man. It could have been a move there, but he has to stay back. And Gambit takes the lead of the race once again. And that is it. I think that's wraps then for Gambit. It's looking like he's going to go ahead and win the race today. He's told his story, and it's going to be the Gambit race win today. 6th place in the Drivers' Championship. He's probably going to become 2 or 3 now after a superb race here in Spa in Belgium. Nobody could come close to touching Gambit today. He was overtaken a few times, but penalties have let everybody else down. And he crosses the final corner then to cross that line. Gambit here in Helheim. It's took 5 rounds, but he's won again then, everybody. Gambit takes the win in Spa. JC then will take 2nd place. Then Matt Brooks will take 3rd. Betty will come across the line in 4th position. 5 is Big Presumes. 6 Crazy Hurdler. 7 is RJ. Venom is 8. Kit Melody is 9. On Air with Mike will be 10 when he crosses that line soon. Wow, what a race, everybody. What a race. Batman Jordan 11, ST 12, T-Pain 13, Blaze 14, almost 15. Peter in 16 once they cross that line and finish this race. But what a race it was, I've got to say. Really, really enjoyed that. Spa is a pretty decent track. It really, really is. And it was fast as hell. It was, you know, this race has took about 50 minutes, but definitely did not feel like that. Really did not feel like that at all. And Peter will head towards the line now to cross the line in P16. But the resilience is there for that man. Lovely job for him finishing today. And here we go then. Next up is the finishing results for the Grand Prix. Betty is the in-game driver today. Right, then already finished results for the Grand Prix. Gambit takes the win from JC 2nd place, and then Matt Brooks in 3rd. Betty 4, Big Presumes 5, Crazy Hurdler 6, 7 is RJ, Venom 8, Mike 9, and Bat Me God takes 10. That is it from me. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Of course, I commentate Helheim full time now, so it will be Wednesday that I'll see you guys again. So I cannot wait for it. Thank you for being here. Lovely stuff. And I'll see you all later. Good night and have a nice evening.